Jurgen, it just seemed like a day when nothing clicked right. What, were you able to put your finger on what's gone wrong today, or just take?
Yeah, you're right. From the start, it didn't really look like our day, but I think we could have turned it into our day, maybe. Second half, the start was really good. So it's again just a proof, evidence, whatever you want, what momentum makes. So first half we found step by step. Arsenal started better, so that's clear. We didn't play enough football. We need to get used a little bit to each other, like right side triangle. It was a bit tricky to find. Let me say like that, from the first start, always when Maka and Curtis were on the ball and could turn out of and could get out of this man marking situation, and the pitch was really open for us. There we could have found Trent one or two times more often. I would say that would have caused them even more problems. And actually, second half we were there. We now we understood how the game goes. We had now the momentum, obviously, after the late equalizer, first half. Yeah, and then we conceded the second goal, and it was a very strange goal. I always spoke in the dressing room with all people involved. And yeah, it's just unlucky. Can you head the ball directly? Yes, but it flies strange. Then should you expect that Martinelli brings the body a little bit? Yes, but we didn't. And then all of a sudden, poof, the ball rolls there, and he has an easy goal. So that doesn't happen very often, will not happen very often, but it happened before, and can happen. And then, made the job obviously a bit more tricky. We made changes as well then around that time. Trent was never planned that he plays 90. It was clear that we have to take him off a bit earlier, stuff like this. And so brought on Darwin and Harvey and these kind of things. So that all could have worked. But then with the 2-1 is obviously not great. Momentum now changed completely again. Stadium was there. Still kind of an open game with not a lot from us. And then we had a red card, and that was then obviously made it really tricky to come back. But Arsenal deserves the 3 point, no doubt about that. They scored 3, and we had 1 shot on target. So that's obviously the one stat probably shows the most. We should have had more of that. We could have had more of that, but because of the story of the game, it didn't happen.
Okay. Hey, Jurgen, after Wednesday's game, you said the team looked a little bit. You said they looked wrecked, maybe referring to injuries.
What did I say?
I think that the team looked wrecked when you went into the dressing room.
Wrecked?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Tired. Maybe tired.
Screwed. I have another word for it, yeah. That's normal after a football game, no, not more than usual.
Well, you mentioned the potential lineup for today. Do you think that had any influence just on today's game?
It sounds. I understand 100% where you're coming from and stuff like this. I have to make a lineup. Would I make the same lineup again? Yes. That's actually the only thing how I can judge it. After seeing the game, maybe not. But without seeing the game, I would do it the same. So and we had that was just Dom couldn't start. Yes, out injured actually. Yes, we had to make another change as well. And these kind of things. That's all normal. So it's not about that. But if you want to make the lineup for it, but with these boys, we can play much better football. And that's actually the one thing we take. But it's that we want to and have to play better football, and we will. But for today, again, it's a kind of a strange one because, yes, they started well, but that's what you should expect. So, home game, Arsenal, we beat them here a few weeks ago in the FA Cup. Actually, the first half in the FA Cup was a similar first half. They had more chances in that game than today, but then we didn't concede. That is obviously a big difference. Could we have defended the first goal better? Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. But that's how it is, and they probably deserved the goal with the game they played. But we stay in the game, and 1-0 is now really not a result where you should think white flag and go home. So we get that present for the second goal. We forced it, and for our first goal, and then how I said, the story of the second half, we will never know how it would have been if we don't concede the goal. But our two main guns have a misunderstanding. So, and that just shows, I said it now a couple of times, that they're human beings. And that actually makes the things they usually do even more special, because sometimes you forget that they're humans as well. So for today, they are not happy, we are not happy, like boys are not happy, we are not happy 100%, but that's it now. I don't have to make more of a game. If you play a away game with Arsenal, you can play super here and lose. Would have loved to see that, but it's still possible. And that's why, yeah, take it, deal with it, go from here.
I know you'll say that you're only focused on the results that you get yourselves, and it's not Man City, not Arsenal, and the rest of it. But in your experience across your managerial career, when you're at a team which has been leading, and suddenly another challenger is now within reach of you from their games in hand, for example, does that have an impact on the dressing room, or the focus, or the psychology of the situation?
Do you speak about what? Man City game in hand?
Man City have 2 games in hand.
Oh.
5 points.
Yeah. Look, if you want to find a specialist who becomes champion in England, I'm probably not the right person to ask, because most of the time we will be finished second. So I'm sorry to say that, but you have to win football games. I know that, and as many as you can. And this today would have been a great one. But I said, if you only can become champion, if you don't lose any football games, that makes life really tricky. I didn't think the final whistle. I didn't think a second about the amount of games of Manchester City and who they will play and how they will play, not for a second. So we have to play to our potential. We have to deal with difficulties in the game, around the games, and play our soul on the pitch, if you want, and then we'll see where it ends up. There's no guarantee for nothing. But I didn't become nervous now because of 2 games in hand for City. Yes, we always expect City to win all the football games, to be 100% honest. We don't even have to watch them. In the end, even when they're 1-0 down and it's 3-1 or whatever, so it's always like, it's all fine. For us, nothing really changed. We would have loved to win here, get a point, whatever. Actually, we wanted to win here, but for the whole 90 minutes, we were not good enough. So we had our phases and we developed into the game. That's good. And if we could have kept that going without all the other circumstances, then, well, that game could have looked different, definitely. Then we should still sit here and say Arsenal had a better start in the game, but then we were there. But now we have just to congratulate Arsenal for the 3 points.
John, with the glasses to Alison as well.
Hi, Jurgen. Some say that unbeaten runs sometimes can build up pressure within a team. Do you think this is a good opportunity to maybe look for another unbeaten run that can take you all the way to the title?
That's actually the idea. But we didn't want to stop the run here. But it's we didn't lose now recently an awful lot of football games. We know that. That means dealing with defeats is a challenge for humankind, actually. And yeah, we have now a rather longer week. I think we play on Saturday, so we will use that for rest. We will use that for training, and will be properly prepared for the next game. And nobody expect here in our dressing room at least, that we just will fly over Burnley or whatever. They fight for their targets. They're a really talented group. Unlucky in moments, stuff like this, but it's a home game, and we can turn things around, make the first step, and then we will see. Today, nobody celebrates the champion, and nobody is relegated, as far as I know. So we have all the chance to create our own destiny. Let's see what happens.
Maxwell.
Jurgen, sort of expanding on that point, really, you haven't lost a Premier League game since September, so you're not used to losing. Will there be major dissection after a game like this, or do you just see it as a bad day in the office, a blip, and you move on?
Neither nor. It's not. I don't go just over it, but I spoke to the boys already. So we want to play better football, number one. So are you allowed to win average football games? Yes, absolutely, that's fine. But for today, it didn't happen. Again, so today pretty much everything went against us. So yes, we score more or less their goal. They scored our goal, but we scored their goal. So maybe that equals the thing. And then we got a red card. They didn't get a red card. And there were some situations could have been different. But even without a red card, then we lose 2-1. So what's that? It makes no difference. But it would have looked different. 10v10, being 2-1 down, a bit longer with 11v11. That could really have looked different. But it's done. Nobody has to care. I don't care about it anymore. So it's just okay. Not a great day for us. Yes, a bad day in the office, definitely, but not just a bad day in the office. And we have to make sure we don't have them anymore.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.